specific classifications.
I'm looking forward to seeing Ariola Trimmi, the lower class freestyle swimmer from Italy, later in the week. She's absolutely as smooth as silk, real. If you want to know how to swim without the use of your lower limbs, just watch this lady swim. She's a fantastic freestyler. But here we move on to swimmers with an intellectual impairment, the S14 classification. The first time that we have seen these swimmers at these championships, and it is one heat of the 200 freestyle, but the two swimmers in the centre, John Margeir SVERRISSON and Tom Hamer, two of the world's very, very best. And two swimmers that are bang on form as well. This SVERRISSON, Paralympic champion, the European gold medalist from 2014. Something of a surprise champion, I think, in 2012, but he's followed that up with some sensational performances. And Tom Hamer, that 158.18, well, that was improved last week at the GB trials. He went 157.27. That was exactly a second outside the world record held by Emeliantsev from Russia, who's not at these championships.
Yeah, I think Emeliantsev really last year in Glasgow surprised the field and really moved it on. But these guys have responded, and they come here in really good shape. Tom Hamer used the foundations that he had at Burnley Bobcats, moved to Manchester's Performance Centre, where the majority of the British paraswimming team are based. And he's grown, he's matured, he's developed, he's tweaked everything that needs to tweak to make him an elite athlete, and he loves to race.
Yeah, it's certainly come on over the last couple of years. First onto the GB team in 2014, Commonwealth Games medalist for England, of course, and also European medalist at that time, and the World Championship medalist. He is not going for it in the heats, though. It will be quite easy qualification, you would imagine, for Tom Hamer. He has got to watch out, though. I think one swimmer we have to lose. We're not got a swimmer in lane number 1, so just one swimmer to lose. So Tom Hamer can be pretty sure that he's going to be guaranteed of a position in the final there if he just finishes ahead of one swimmer.
Yeah, and these athletes with intellectual disabilities, they often really struggle with the ability to pace. So they heavily rely on the people around them, but obviously they're all in the same boat. So they'll take some of the pressure off knowing they've only got to lose one swimmer, because they'll understand that they've just got to watch the field and make sure they're not at the back.
And they go through a rigorous classification process as well, like the swimmers with physical impairments and with visual impairments.
They've passed the classification system and they're eligible for these races. But as we'll see, some of them don't have the ability to know how to go slow. They only know that race means race. So it's mid 3.
Excellent time there for KULIABIN. He wins in 2 minutes, .24. That's faster than his entry time. Paralympic and European champion in second, SVERRISSON. SHABALIN in third position. Hamer actually in fourth place, so he is comfortably into that final. And they kind of benefited by the absence of the swimmer in lane number 1, only having to lose one swimmer there. So the guys in the middle didn't really have to perform that well to make that final, but KULIABIN certainly did perform well, didn't he?
Yeah, and as I said, it might have been that he just doesn't have the ability to know that he didn't need to race that fast, which is ultimately why the S14 athletes are in the Paralympic movement. But some of them they knocked it off, but they knocked it off so much. I mean, Tom Hamer just went 13 seconds slower than he went last week. So it's very difficult to gauge pacing when you're in this classification, and they'll all have a lot more in the tank for tonight. It'll be a close race in those middle lanes. Tom Hamer at 4th, he's still in the mix. He's still going to be able to see the race, which is vital for these S14 athletes.
Qualifiers for the final tonight will be the top 8 from that Heat 1. KULIABIN from Russia in 1, SVERRISSON in 2, SHABALIN in 3, and Tom Hamer in 4. So SVERRISSON and Hamer will be side by side when they get to the final, not in the centre lanes though. And that lane 4 will be the domain of Mikhail KULIABIN. SVERRISSON in